Hey everybody, Stitch1993 back again with another toy review, another potato head review. As I said, I'm going to do a lot more of these this year, and let me know down in the comments if you want to see more. If there's a specific potato head you'd like me to find or review, I might already own it. But today we're going to be looking at probably one of my childhood favorites, and of course I gotta have a backstory with the toy. Otherwise it's just not a Stitch1993 video, honestly, for toys. So I'm going to go into the backstory on this, and then we'll look at the toy itself. So this is 1996 is when this toy came out here, and I remember growing up we didn't really get surprised with Christmas gifts. Usually our parents would just take us to KB Toys, Toys R Us, Walmart, wherever, and just kind of let us pick the toys out that we wanted. And they'd still throw in a couple of surprises here and there that we wouldn't know until, of course, Christmas morning. But most of the time we knew what we were going to get, which was probably, you know, the best, just because the kids are going to know exactly what they want for Christmas. And this is kind of before we really knew how to, at least for me, I believe I was like 3. So I didn't really know how to write a list down. So we are going down the potato head aisle, or the Place Go aisle, in Toys R Us. And my mom says, alright, you can pick out one potato head. And I did pick out a potato head. It was not this one. It was the, I believe it was the, I'll post a picture here of the actual name of it, but it was like a hard hat one, whereas a construction worker potato head. But as I am pulling that, or as my mom is pulling that off the shelf and putting it in the buggy, I noticed this one. And I have and always probably will be very infatuated with just the cowboy motif in design clothing wise. I just really like the hat and the boots. So I see the potato head with the cowboy design, and 3-year-old me is trying to convey, no, I don't want the construction worker one. I've changed my mind. I want the Sheriff Spud one, the cowboy one. But to my 3-year-old mouth, it sounded like I wanted to pick out another potato head. Of course, my mom, you know, patiently said, no, you picked out one. We're going to continue on. So I eventually forgot about it and just thought, well, maybe I dreamt it up, or maybe I thought I saw it, but it really was something else. Because after that, I did not ever see this potato head again. Now, they did release a miniature one for the board game, and you can get them individually as well. But originally, at the time, they were for a board game, and there was a little cowboy potato head there. So I always thought, well, maybe I was seeing something else and just my mind kind of mushed two pictures together. Fast forward to 2023, and I'm in a potato head fan page, collector's page on Facebook, and somebody posts their collection, and what do I see in their collection but this box? Now, they're not selling it, but I can clearly see the box, the picture, and the name of the toy. And all of a sudden the memory starts flooding back to me, and I was like, yes, this is what I remember seeing. So I go on eBay, and as usual, and I find the potato head, and this is it. It's really good condition for being a almost 30-year-old toy here. Whoever was keeping this probably was a collector himself and just kind of offloading it. But yeah, came with all the pieces. Outside of, I think there may have been one piece missing. We'll get into that in a little bit here. But all the major pieces were there, and the box was in really good condition, and it even came with it the little pamphlets that it came with at the time. So yeah, as you can see, colorful 1990s box with the Miss Potato Head logo, the Play School logo, and then during this time, Play School was trying to show how each of their toys was educational. So it shows here, it's got creativity, imagination is what this one was trying to teach here, and it says from ages 2 to 92. And some people have issues with the potato heads being such a low age range and think it should be higher, like 3, 4, or 5. Honestly, I never had an issue with a 2-year-old playing with the toys. The pieces are big enough to where they're not really going to choke on them, especially, you know, at a 2-year-old you probably should be supervising your kid anyways, but so I never had an issue with that. But if you do, just wait until the kid's old enough to where you think they can play with it, because, you know, every kid is different. So we're going to look at the toy now, and I'm going to unbox it here. So let's go ahead and take it off its little pedestal. And as you can see on the box, it shows the types of pieces here, and it does always say, I believe it's on the front here, colors may vary. Colors and parts may vary. So, and they do, except for one, which is the hat. The hat has always been orange. So let's go ahead and open that up. So, yeah, orange potato head hat. And then the rest of the pieces are, of course, a tool belt. Now you'll see here on this front, the tool belt is blue, and the piece here is actually brown. So, as I said, colors may vary. If you want that specific one, you're probably going to just have to look on eBay for that specific piece. So going back, before I go into more of the pieces, I want to show just the 3 pieces of paper that it came with. So it came with actual instructions here. It says, number 1, attach feet to bottom. Number 2, choose a face and attach to front. 3, put his hat on and you're done. Hint, put Mr. Potato Head's face on before his hat. And this is a copyright 1997 little piece here. So this might have been a reissue because the copyright on the box says 96. I just always thought that was very interesting that they had to put instructions on how to use a potato head. The next is, of course, again, another instruction pamphlet, and this is how to attach the trapdoor, or the butt, to the potato head. And that's really just it. I guess if you're really brand new to the potato head, you may need this. But for the most part, they already came with that piece already attached, or it's kind of a no-brainer of how to attach that piece. But who knows? And then lastly, which is the most interesting thing, was this Classic Toys card. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually for this box. They just kind of included it in there. But I always thought it was interesting. So it's got the Classic Toys potato head, kind of like a trading card on the back. And then it gives a little history lesson about the potato head and where it came from and everything. If you want to know this information and more information about the potato heads, check out the evolution and design of the potato head video I made last year. I'll put a link at the end of this video to go check that out. And I go over not only this edition of potato head, the 90s version, but everything before and after it, and just kind of how the design evolved over the years. Alright, so going back to the potato head, we've got the 2 arms. We've got, of course, these are the 90s arms, so they're going to be the nice lanky ones. So we've got the waving one, or I guess you could do it like a waiter, but I always call it the waving hand. And then you've got the handshake hand, or the you know, holding hand. We've got a pair of cowboy boots. These are yellow, and that is actually one of the pieces that matches the color on the box. I've noticed that a lot of these pieces actually match the color, but as I said, it may not be the same for everybody, so just if you you know, want to be on the lookout for that there. So we'll put that right here. Alright, so next, of course, we've got the regular Mr. Potato Head body from the 90s with the 3 holes in the front, the 2 on the sides, 1 on the top, and the slot on the bottom. We've got the 2 pink ears, and these are made of the more softer plastic, so they're a little bit rubbery, a little bit malleable. Next we have the green nose and the orange mustache. I've got to say, I love the color of this green. I think it's like a neon green. It just looks so almost like the like silly putty. Anyways, we got the mustache here with the little slot, so you just pop it in like that. I should probably put the mouth on first, but oh well. speaking of mouths, we have two mouths. We have your usual teeth mouth that came with pretty much almost every potato head at the time. And then we got this more silly looking open mouth, kind of a clown looking mouth here with the little tongue sticking out. Now on the box it shows a different mouth. It shows a yellow kind of bucktooth mouth here, but I'm not really complaining. Either way, it's going to look fine. It's very interesting that a lot of these pieces are orange. So, orange mustache, orange hat, orange silly mouth. Then we've got the regular black pupil eyeballs. I'll go ahead and put this mouth in there too. And the mouth is also a soft rubber. All the pieces pretty much are made of the softer rubber. They hadn't moved over to the harder plastic yet. And I always prefer the softer plastic pieces, but that's just personal preference of mine. I'll go ahead and put these arms in as well. And we got the hat. Now there's no dowel on the hat, so the hat just kind of sits right on top here, and you may have some issues keeping it on there because it will come off so easily like that. Then we got a lasso, blue lasso here, and the on the box it has the lasso as being brown. So it's very interesting that the colors kind of swapped for the belt and the rope here. So, and it's all one piece here, so you can't untangle that lasso loop. So, and it doesn't really hold on that well, so I guess you'd have to kind of hoop it on his arm like that here. And then lastly, for the main pieces, we've got the sheriff badge here, and this kind of just pops on, just kind of like some of the other pieces of that time, just kind of made for just the arm, so you can just pop it on right there. Now there are some pieces missing from this box here. So in the box we've got some zany arms. Did not come with those. It actually came with a I think they just kind of added this into the box here, but it actually came with a second shaking hand, so that was interesting. And did not come with the bandana, so I'm not really worried about that because I wasn't really going to be using the bandana anyways. I was going to be using the hat, but if you want it for complete, so just make sure I'd be on the lookout. The seller did include some additional parts here. I can't tell if these came with it or they just added them in here, but we've got two sets of glasses, a yellow, classic yellow glasses, and these I guess you'd say red glasses. I've never seen this color before of glasses, so that was always interesting. And then we've got the regular red nose. So, and again, we were actually supposed to be, for other pieces missing, we're supposed to have an orange kind of bulbous nose, or purple as it says on the box, and a tongue. But honestly, those are just some of the most common pieces. You could really get those from any other potato head and just plop them on this if you wanted to. So I'm not really worried about that. I'm just kind of glad it came with the bigger pieces, which was the handlebar mustache, the cowboy boots, the rope and the badge, the hat, and of course the belt. So let me put all the pieces on here, and then we'll go over some little finer details really quick here. And that's it for the fully completed Sheriff Spud. Again, released in 1996, 1997. I honestly would recommend, if you are collecting the potato heads, this is one of the must-haves for the potato head. Just for some of the more unique pieces here, like the boots and the hat. I believe this is the only one at its time that included those pieces. Now, I know eventually in some of the silly suitcases they would include some of these pieces here, but I believe this is the only place you can get the badge and rope pieces. I think this is also the only one where you can get that belt. But I believe the hat and the boots may come in some other ones. Let me know now in the comments if you remember growing up with this set or had a similar experience that I had when first spotting this, and see if it unlocked anything, or if you forgot all about this potato head, or is this your first time seeing it? And let me know down, as I said, down in the comments of any other potato heads you'd like me to review. And check out my channel. I've got a whole slew of potato head reviews from 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and before. And of course, subscribe for future videos where I'll be looking at some more of the other classic potato heads from the 80s, 90s, and now, as well as some of the older ones from the 60s and 70s. And until next time, thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.